Oh, yeah. We are here with the first ever Down with Flintown podcast. My name is Randall W. Scott III.
And I'm Raymond Frank Asensio Jr. A lot of people know me as Ray Dog.
Ray.
Or at Ironwood High School, Mr. Asensio.
There you go. When you were official, you had a Mr. on your name.
When I was official. Some of my students still talk to me, are still in contact with me, which is nice.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about.
Glad to be here, though.
All right, so we're giving this a try. It's our first episode today. You may know Ray from the D Sweet Nation podcast. Had some serious Flintown players on that newscast, on that podcast, which is pretty crazy. But we're gonna give this one a go. Ray, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great. And speaking of the D Sweet Nation, I know he doesn't want his name mentioned, but who cares what he thinks? Derek Sweet, a.k.a. The Nation, is in the house. All right. What up, D? How you feeling, man? Thanks for coming.
Legend behind the scenes right here today.
He's going to kill me later. He's acting nice now. He's going to kill me later. He didn't want his name mentioned. But who cares? I do what I want.
You knew that was going to happen. He's going to happen.
He's going to kill me later.
All right. So we're recording our first one today. We're going to get this up on our YouTube channel, Down with Flintown. We're going to try to get you guys following it, subscribing it, see what we can do with this. We're going to change it up. We don't really know what this podcast is going to be totally about. We know we're going to have some Flint topics, some fun ones, some serious ones. We're going to get into Flinttown stuff, right? We're also going to bring up stuff like music, right? Sports. We're going to have some lively debates in here about some music and sports, because that's how we roll.
That's how we roll. And I would have to say I'm more Flint than you are, because I jotted my notes down on a Family Dollar pad, and you got that high-tech Davison stuff.
Okay, man.
I'm more Flint than you are. No, I'm joking. I had to throw that in there.
I work at Davison, but I'm still Flintown.
I know.
But I do respect the pad and pen. That is a little old school. Yeah, I'm not sure he can read, though. Oh, here we go. The first shot is fired.
First shot's fired. So much for that non-negativity podcast we were going to do. That's already out the window.
I threw that out the window already. No, we're going to bring it back. Bring it back. No, lots of positive vibes here.
That's Flint. That's Flint, man. That's Flint.
Yeah, you got to be able to,
I know.
Bust on somebody once in a while.
If I give it to you on a platter, there's nothing I can do about it.
What do we call it back in the day? Stanging?
Stanging.
Stanging on somebody.
Stanging. Yeah, stanging.
Oh, man. Stanging. All right. So, that's a little bit about the show. Ray, why don't you tell them a little bit about yourself, who you are, what you do?
Okay. Once again, my name is Ray. Some people call me Ray Dog, but I just turned 45 years old the other day. This is my birthday weekend. Happy birthday to me.
Ray Day.
And happy birthday to Jim Cornette, legendary WCW manager of the Midnight Express. I am an over-the-road driver. I drive an expedite van, basically the same premise as a truck driver. I just do it in a van. I own my own business. I like to keep my business local, meaning like Midwest region. I'm in Michigan 90% of the time. A little Illinois here. Do a lot of Indiana and Ohio. Been to Buffalo half a dozen times. Go to Louisville, Kentucky a lot. Went to Spring Hill, Tennessee this year. I'm all over. Ashtabula, Ohio.
Ashtabula for life.
Ashtabula for life. That's basically what I do. That's the extent of what I do. I pick up a part at a plant. I go drop it off. My day is done. I try to keep my weekends open to get my get my laundry done, essentials, buy my groceries and all that. And I've been doing a little bit of exercising, been trying to stay a little more active this spring and summer. I think I did a pretty good job of that, did a lot of walking. And got two grandbabies, AJ and Reese. AJ is 2, she'll be 3 in April. And my grandson Reese is, months. I got to count the months here. 8 months old. And I'm in a good place, man. That's why I'm trying to eliminate negativity, because I had the tendency in years past, I was pretty negative myself. I'm not, singling anybody out. But when I'm around negative people, I tend to get influenced by that, and I don't want to do that anymore. So just trying to live a nice, clean lifestyle, get up in the morning, take my vitamins, eat my Cheerios, go to work, come home, walk around the track, eat my cantaloupe. That's basically the extent of what I am and what I do. Love my Michigan Wolverines, love my Detroit Pistons. I'm a big Yankee guy. And I do get behind the Tigers, too. Not anti-Detroit Tigers, love the Tigers. I'm a boxing fan, and I would have to say professional wrestling has always been my favorite sport. Probably the Michigan Wolverines are always going to be number one. Nobody comes before the Michigan Wolverines in my life. But right behind that, I'm a big pro wrestling guy.
Okay, fair enough. And I think you guys, the audience, you guys are going to find that, man. Ray and I, we're a lot like a lot of people out here in Flint, right? We came through some stuff. We all been through some things, right? But we're trying to be grown ass men now and just get our lives together and do the best we can. So you're gonna hear us, sound like some get off my lawn and stuff once in a while, but really we're trying to drop a little wisdom, what we've been through and where we're going and all that stuff. But Ray's got stories for days. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
I've got stories for days. I will share one or two today because I would be here all day talking stories.
Yeah, and
I got time for a story or two. Yeah, as well. I know you do too.
Oh, we do. We do have a lot of stories. Okay.
I have more stories, but yours are more legendary.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Your stories are more legendary. I'll give it up for that.
All right. Okay. And me, man, we've both lived in Flint our whole lives. I lived a couple years when I went to college on the west side at Grand Valley, but the rest of the time I've been here in Flint and still surrounded by my friends and family, and I love that. I've been teaching. You're going to hear the Davison references. I teach a television course out at Davison High School, and I'm telling you, that's been the best thing that's happened to me in my life, I think. I'm married. Elizabeth Jones in the house. She's not in the house, but she's with me. And then, we're just doing good stuff, man. We're having a great time, and we want to share some stories with you and kind of connect with some of the memories we have and some of the things going forward.
Yes, and speaking of your household, rest in peace, Cornbread, man. Rest in peace.
Thanks, man.
Yep.
Thanks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I had to put my dog Cornbread down a couple weeks ago, so it's still kind of lingering, but we're getting through it. We're getting through it. So Ryan didn't know that. By the way, Ryan's in the back running the ones and twos, as we like to say it here.
You didn't tell me anything that I wasn't supposed to say. He just came out here with his mouth open like Jim Harbaugh.
No, I didn't make a big deal out of it, but Ryan just learned that Cornbread's legendary around our circles. So first he knew of it, but it's all good, man. It's all good. It was time. But that was my dog. That was literally my dog. Like,
yes,
that's not a gangster thing. That's my dog.
She lived a long time.
Yeah, she did. Good dog, man. Best dog ever. Okay.
Yep.
All right, we're going to move on. So we want to do something fun to start the show and definitely Flintown related, right? So Ray and I, we thought, man, when we were growing up and we had this, right, there were so many elementary schools at Flint, right?
Yes.
And I think we knew somebody that went to every elementary at one point.
Yes.
And I can't believe the number of elementary schools this city had. So we're going to do a little roll call, okay? So we're going to take turns going back and forth.
Just so nobody thinks I have a cheat
No, yeah,
sheet. I'm going to close my book so nobody thinks
there's
I'm cheating.
no notes here on that, okay? We wanted to go off.
Just to make sure that no one thinks I'm cheating, I will close my book.
Totally off the top of our heads,
Yeah.
we're going to do a little roll call of Flint community schools, elementary schools. They may be open or closed, doesn't matter. Just ones we remember and know, and we're sure you guys are going to remember a lot of these too. And if we forget some, hit us up in our comments because we're not going to get them all because we're really going off the top of our domes here. So, okay, Ray, you go first.
Okay, Sobey Spartans.
Okay, that was my alma mater, so I'll go with yours. Potter, baby, Potter.
Okay. Washington School.
Washington School's legit. I'm going to stay on Averill, and I'm going to go Scott School, the Skyrockets, baby.
Scott, the home of Boo and all them other guys. Okay. Damn.
Oh, don't be done already.
I got to stay on the east before I start going on the other section.
Okay.
So I'll go with my mom, where my mom went to school, which was Homedale.
Okay, Homedale's legit. Okay, I'm going to stay on the east side, too, because that's what we know the most. I'm going to stay on Williams. I'm going to hit you with Williams.
Oh, dang.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. You went there, huh?
Yeah, Whaley Park Williams School, yes.
Okay. Let me see. I don't know if I'm trying to think of the east side here. Okay. We'll come back to the east if I can think of another one. I'll go with Nethercutt.
Okay, Nethercutt's legit. Okay, I'm going to hit you with an east side one you forgot. Pierce.
Oh,
yeah.
That's East Village.
That's still East.
That's
though.
East Village.
It's still East.
No, it's
though.
a great school. That's East Village.
Yeah, absolutely. One of them's still open, too. That's
By
still
no
open.
means do we ever compare them to the Washington, Homedale, and
yeah.
That's East Village.
I'm just saying.
That's where all them stiffs went to school.
Come on now.
All right.
Come on, man.
Okay,
good people at Pierce.
Negativity has to be eliminated. I apologize. The nation over there. I apologize to the nation. Okay. So you said Pierce, so I'll have to come at you with my sister's first teaching gig, Bunch Elementary.
Oh, Bunch, man. I used to hoop at Bunch. No joke. Okay, all right. If you're going with Bunch, I'm going to hit you with, let me think here. Oh, now I'm drawing a blank already. All right, I'm going to hit you with Manly.
Oh.
Manly. That's how I'm hitting you.
Okay, I'm going to stay with the letter M. I'm going to hit you up with Merle.
Merle.
Like Merle, man.
Okay, all right. Since we said Selby, we got to hit you with Selby because they were so close to each
Selby
other.
Hood.
Selby Hood. That's what I'm talking about.
Man, they was crazy. Man, they crazy out there, man. I think Jawanza went to Selby.
Jawanza was a Selby guy?
Yeah, he was a Selby Hood guy. I know he lived over there. Okay. Let me see. We're on the north side. We'll go Pearson, Detroit Street, Wilkins Elementary School.
Wilkins,
over there,
nice.
Over there by the plazas over there.
Okay, all right.
Go ahead.
I'm going to hit you by where I live now. Carpenter Road.
Oh.
Carpenter Road Elementary. What you got on there?
Okay. I'm going to hit you up with something closer to your house that you could have came up with. Johnson Elementary School.
Oh, man. Rolling Wood.
Rolling Wood in the house.
Nice. How did I not get Johnson yet?
I have no idea.
I think I was saving that one for later. Okay. All right. Let's see here where we're at. Okay. I'm going to go with Dort Elementary. Ooh. Dort, baby. What you got?
Okay. I'm going to go with Garfield.
Oh, Garfield.
I ain't talking about the cartoon character. Okay. I'm talking about the Garfield Tigers.
All right. I'm going to hit you with the Dre Weather Special, Doyle Ryder. Oh. What you know about that?
That's a good one.
That was a good one.
The Dragons. Okay.
The Dragons.
That was that gifted school,
yeah,
right?
It was.
You ever been inside that school?
Yeah, it looks like a palace, especially when we were younger.
You ever been inside there, Doyle Ryder? Mm-hmm. It does not look like a school. You feel like you're in a shopping mall.
Yeah, especially a Flint school, right?
Yeah.
Flint schools they were all built around the same time. They had that same look. Not Doyle Ryder. It was like, what? It's glass and palace. It's tall. It was awesome.
Okay. Damn, my sister is going to kick my you-know-what for not mentioning this a long time ago. My sister is the principal at Durant Terry Mott.
Durant Terry Mott. You just hit me with,
she's the principal.
You hit me with DTM, just like that.
Angela Asensio Minland, the principal. They all know her there.
All right, okay.
She runs a tight ship, too.
Yeah, I bet she does, man. Ray loves his sister. I'm just going to tell you that right now.
Yeah.
You spent 5 minutes with Ray. He's talking about his sister.
Derek knows. He knows about me and Angie.
That's how we roll. Okay. Okay, I'm going to hit you with Freeman then. Freeman Elementary. Let's go.
Okay. I'm going to hit you with Summerfield on the west side.
Oh, Summerfield. Okay. All right. I'm going to go with
Kimmels went to school.
Did we get Cook Elementary yet?
No.
Cook is in.
Oh.
Cook is in.
Oh, damn, now I got to start thinking now. Emerson.
What?
Emerson. What eventually became Flint Academy.
Okay. Emerson's good. Okay. All right. I'm going to hit you with, let's go with, Civic Park. Civic Park Elementary. Where you at? What you got?
Cody.
Fenton Road. Fenton Road, Cody. Okay. All right. Hold on. Oh, man. This is where it gets tough, man.
Oh, yeah.
I'm starting to run out of options here. Okay. Bryant Elementary. Bryant. Boom. I don't know.
Okay, before you start cabbage patching over there and doing the dance, I got to hit you up with Foss Avenue.
Foss Avenue? What? Where you
Foss
going?
Avenue.
How you going to hit me with Foss Avenue?
Foss Avenue.
Okay.
Hold on. One Foss Avenue. Mark Clements was had his funeral at the Foss Avenue Church. So that made me think of Mark Clements.
Okay.
So there's a Flint shout out. But
That's
I got Foss Avenue on.
Bad love to Mark Clements,
Yeah,
man.
number 68. Rest in peace.
Yeah. Okay, man, I think I'm hitting the wall, man. I'm out, Ray. I'm out, Ray. I'm out, Ray. I don't know what else I got.
All right. We didn't say Brownell yet.
Brownell, okay.
The one we struggled with the most. The school we mentioned before we started the show.
Right over my head, man.
Brownell.
Good call on that. Good. Freeman, I think I said everyone I know. Is there any more we could think of? Any more you can think of out there?
Let me see.
I'd ask Ryan back there, but I think, yeah, he went to.
You said Dort. You already said Dort.
We said Dort. Yeah, we said Dort for sure. We said Cook. We said Bryant. We said, man, there's got to be a bunch more.
You said Manly, didn't you?
Okay. Don't hate us if we missed your school. In fact, hit us up in the comments and let us know what schools we missed. We'll mention you on your next show.
Was there a school called Martin?
Martin. It sounds familiar,
Seems
man.
like, because did Sobe have the magnet program like Potter had?
Yes, we did. Yep.
Well, there was a lot of kids that came from I believe, a school called Martin.
Oh, man.
A school called Martin. I say that seems to ring a bell.
Yeah, it does ring a bell. What was the one I can't think of the name of it right now. I went there for a little bit too. It was the one on
Can you verify that, D?
Okay.
Okay.
The one on Kersley Street. Kind of right by Flint Central, the Cultural Center. It was down Kersley Street towards downtown. What was the name of that one? Man, now it was a magnet thing too, where kids came from all different schools to go there in elementary.
Walker,
that's it.
Walker,
that's it.
Damn.
That's it. All right.
Wait a minute, who gets credit for that? You were trying to think of it, but I mentioned it. Who gets credit?
But I gave you all the clues. All right, that's a tie. That's a tie.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right, man.
Dang.
Yep.
Good on the Martin.
Good on
Okay,
Martin.
I got Martin.
Was good.
Bam.
I'm done, man. I got nothing else. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I got nothing.
Hold on. Give me about 15 seconds.
All right.
There's got to be one more. We're leaving somebody out.
All right, Derek, give us one more.
Did you say Zimmerman?
I don't think we said Zimmerman.
Zimmerman. Bam.
Did we?
What?
Did we say Summerfield? You say Summerfield?
Yeah, I said Summerfield. That's where my cousins went, the Kimmels.
Okay. I'm done. I think you got me here.
Y'all say Eisenhower?
Yeah, we said Eisenhower. We said that earlier.
I didn't say Eisenhower.
No?
No.
Oh, we should have said Eisenhower.
Man, I used to hoop there every Wednesday with the old guys.
That's one of the most visible schools too, right there.
Oh, I drive by there all the time.
I know that was like right out on the main roads. It's on Miller Road, man.
Doesn't Stacy Winchester work for them?
He does, man. Sorry about that.
Stacy, I'm sorry, man. Oh,
we just drew a blank right there. King Elementary, probably. Didn't you say that earlier? I thought you said that. No,
King? I don't know.
I can't remember. Okay.
All right, man.
All
I think that's. Did we miss anything, D? You got the list there?
I don't have the list, but I mean, my
Okay.
Okay. All right. We're going to move on from that. Like I said, if we miss you, hit us in the comments because we know we missed somebody out there. We know we missed somebody out there, but that was still a pretty good roll call. I mean, there was so many, when we were growing up, so many elementary schools, so many kids out there. I mean, it was just like, man, leagues beyond leagues of schools and schools, man.
Yes.
So,
Okay. Good roll call.
All right, we're going to switch gears again now. We're going to do some rapid fire questioning kind of thing.
Oh,
here,
yeah.
Okay. All right. So Ray's going to hit me with a question. I'll hit him with a question. We'll see where it goes. We'll see where it takes us.
Back and forth?
Back and forth. Yep. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
You go first because I think you have a couple more questions.
Okay. All right. Cool. And we don't get through them all. It's fine. We'll go until we're tired of this.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Here's what I want you to do first. Rank these sports in the order that you like them. All right.
Oh, man.
All right. Or these leagues.
Right off the get.
Right off the get. That's where we're going. Okay. So here's your options.
Worst to best or best to worst?
Doesn't matter. You tell me. Okay. Here's your choices though. NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball, or boxing. Where do they fit in your pantheon? We didn't go with that hockey stuff.
Football, baseball, basketball, and boxing.
Yep. NBA, NFL, MLB, and boxing.
Okay. Boxing is number one.
I knew you were going to say that.
Boxing. NBA, number two. I mean, who don't watch the NBA finals?
Got to hoop, man.
And not to mention, NBA, whether you like it or not, LeBron James is going to break Kareem's scoring record this year, which is good. The ratings are going to be off the hook. All this LeBron hate, I hate LeBron James. The ratings is going to be off the chart. So, so I'm going to go boxing, NBA. What was the other two?
NFL and Major League Baseball.
Oh, Major League Baseball.
Number three?
Yeah, there ain't nothing like October baseball.
That's pretty awesome.
NFL. I really don't watch the NFL. I mean, I watch the conference championships and the Super Bowl only because I feel like it's like my due diligence as an American to watch that for some reason. But NFL is definitely last.
Okay, there we go.
October baseball, that's third. NBA, and then, boxing. Boxing is
number one.
Boxing's number one.
All right, fair enough. All right, cool. All right, what you got for me?
Okay, I got it easy. The first one's easy.
All right.
Okay. What is your favorite color?
Oh, it's green. Green, no doubt.
Why?
Close, river bottom orange, close second.
River bottom orange.
Oh, yeah, we're going to get into some river bottom talk at some point. But, yeah, green's always been my go-to.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, what's your question?
Okay, next question. Yeah, I got to look ahead of mine now. What would be your dream job?
Athletic director at the University of Michigan.
Oh, that's pretty legit. All right, cool.
Yep. Okay. Now I got to read now.
All right.
You can only name one from each place. You can't do that. It's a tie crap. I don't do that tie stuff.
All right, no ties. Except for between my two most successful DTV students. There's a tie there.
No, you shortchanged Ryan Riopel. Okay. Tell me who your favorite teacher was at Sobey, your favorite teacher at Whittier and your favorite teacher at Central.
Oh, okay. All right. Got you. All right. I'm going to be honest with you here. I don't remember much at Whittier. Middle school is kind of a blur to me. I didn't really have a favorite there. I hated middle school. I'm not going to lie
Just
to you.
name somebody.
All right, I don't even remember most of them. All right. Soviet's easy.
Mrs. Carpenter.
No, Soviet's
Now, how come I didn't go to Whittier, but I can name a teacher there, Mrs. Carpenter?
I don't know if I ever had Miss Carpenter.
Dan Pomon's aunt. Huh? What'd you say?
I don't even know if I had Miss Carpenter. I know I didn't have Miss
I
Carpenter.
think her name was Vicky Carpenter.
Okay. Soviet's easy. I mean, dude, all the teachers at Sobe were awesome and legit. Let me just say that first of all. But Mr. Rutledge was our guy, man. Mr. Rutledge was our guy. Yep. I think he ended up working in administration. He always drove Beamers. He was a killer, man. We loved him. All right. So Mr. Rutledge was definitely it. And then at Central, it's Coach Ufinger for sure. And I was in the class, so he counts as a teacher.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at with that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that's my squad right there. Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to answer that too. I'm going to also answer your first question. My favorite color is navy blue.
Okay.
Okay. Anyways, my favorite teacher at Potter, Mrs. Fitzpatrick, who was my second grade teacher. She's my favorite all-time teacher.
Love it.
So she's my favorite. God rest her soul. Let me see. When I was in junior high school, I had an English teacher named Mrs. Haynes. Super, super, super nice. She was my favorite teacher at that school. And at Central, now you said Mr. Ufinger. I would have said him too. But we're not both going to have the same answer. So I'm going to have to go to, whoever my second favorite teacher was. I don't know if you remember Mr. Walker, who was a history teacher, old cat.
Yeah.
My freshman year, that was the year he retired. Funniest cat I've ever met, man. Like Mr. Walker would say stuff like he would say, "Oh, Derek showed up late again, huh?" He's like, why don't you start making sure you're in class instead of outside stealing hubcaps? He say stuff like that. So Mr. Frank Walker, God rest him, that was my favorite high school teacher, next to Mr. Ufinger.
All right.
Because you're right about Coach Ufinger. This is not a football thing.
No.
He was a great teacher. I was his service student. Not every day, but most days he used to give me money, and I would go get him and I rallies. He would always pay for it. And I had a podcast with him 3 years ago. I admitted to him that I stole 89 cents from him one time. One time I added an extra burger to his tab.
When burgers were 89 cents.
Burgers were 89
that's what
cents.
we're talking about,
Yeah, that's how long ago that was.
That's what I'm talking about.
So, yeah.
All right, cool. All right, let me hit you with another one then. Okay, money's not an object.
Okay.
Where would be your ultimate retirement home?
Like where?
Yeah, where would you want to like live out your golden years, man? Don't have to work no more, but you can go anywhere in the world. Where would it be?
Anywhere in the world. Okay. If it was the United States, it would be Naples, Florida.
Okay.
In the world, I mean, there's so many great countries in the world. I guess like a single bachelor guy would probably just pick like where the hottest women are. I can't say Brazil because there's too much crime there. Can't say Mexico either because, I like having a head. So I will go with, let me see, if it was in another country, I would live in Italy.
Italy? All right.
Italy.
Okay. I'm okay.
I like Italian women.
That food's got to be all right too. Oh yeah.
Italian food is my
Mexican
favorite
women,
food, but I
live in all those places for the women.
I can't live in Mexico because it's just too dangerous out there. That's why I don't want to live there.
Only in certain spots though. I'm not the whole country, right?
I'm not risking it.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. We live in Flint. Okay. All right. Like people in Mexico look at Flint and are like, I ain't living there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but see, in Flint though, they kill you on the spot. You don't even know it.
No torture.
You ain't getting crucified.
Ryan's watching many.
Okay, all right.
Ray's watching too many cartel.
Too many blood in, blood out movies.
Yeah, cartel movies.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Okay.
All right, cool. What you got?
Okay. I want you to rate from first to last. So your favorite. There's three choices here.
All right.
You have to choose between the Cubs, Chicago Cubs,
Okay.
The 93 Flint Central Indians and the 2019 Davison Cardinals football team.
Oh, man, you're going to hit me with that. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Okay. All right, listen, Cubs are always going to be my number one favorite, right? I'm just going to say that right now. I'm
offended by that.
But I love me some 93 Central Indians for life, man.
I don't want no consolation.
Now, this is the way I look at it. Listen to me. This is the way I look at it.
My feelings are hurt. Okay.
This is the way I look at it, right? Cubs have been with me longer. Right before there was a 93 Flint Central, there was a 1984 Chicago Cubs, and a little fat kid would run home from Sobey Elementary and turn on WGN and listen to Harry Carey at 3 in the afternoon. Right? You know what I'm saying? So like that was my introduction to the world, man. That's what got me into broadcasting. That's what got me into baseball and sports. So that's like my number one. Like if there wasn't no Cubs in baseball, I wouldn't even played football. I'm for real. Like I probably wouldn't even played football. And so that's why 93 comes after that. And then after that is the Davison Cardinals State Championship, which was awesome in itself. But, I was kind of on the periphery of that. I was doing the TV. Great team. Did wonders for the city of Davison, right? But that wasn't actually my team. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a connection with them. I do. And those guys are killer, man. It was awesome. But it wasn't my connection. I was kind of on the outside there. So that's where I'm at with that.
And
big shout out to Coach Sullivan and Coach Weingarts, by the way. Those are my guys.
Okay. The 93 Indians are in second place.
That's where I'm at, man. I love them, man. I love every one of those guys. Seriously, they're all gonna and the next cookout. They're gonna be kicking my butt for that.
I'm gonna bring it up.
Oh, I know you will.
I'm gonna bring it up.
Oh, yeah. Tori's got my back though.
Tyvon is drinking for free that day. I'm gonna have him all liquored up, gat and everything.
Oh, come on, man. Tyvon's
Hey.
I don't know.
Okay, go ahead.
I think Tyvon's going to stick up for me. We'll see.
He probably will. He loves you.
All right, next one. Quick one. What's your favorite season?
Fall.
There you go.
Hold on. I know somebody over here, what about summer? I don't like it when it's hot. I don't like sweating unless I have an appointment at my house, if you know what kind of appointment I'm talking about, or if I'm playing sports.
Yeah.
I don't like being sweating and funky and going the rest of my day smelling like dry sweat.
And that's a hard thing for fat guys because we get sweaty easy.
Yeah. I like fall because my birthday's in the fall. I love college football. Saturdays in the fall are the best time of the year. I like the weather. Summer can kiss my ass. I don't give a shit who likes summer. Go live in a hot climate the rest of your life and stay there.
Okay, fair enough. There we go.
Okay.
All right.
My turn, huh?
Yep.
Who's your favorite actor?
Oh, Don Cheadle is my guy.
Rocket.
I love Don Cheadle.
You just said Rocket.
Yeah,
from
absolutely.
Colors.
Absolutely.
I wasn't expecting that.
Dude, I love me some Don Cheadle. I'm telling you, everything he's in is gold. I don't even care. You watch any Don Cheadle movie, it's good. And I have to believe that's because of him. That's what I'm talking about. I love his shows too. I love me some Don Cheadle.
I don't really. I know that he's a famous actor. I know he's done a lot of great. I couldn't name one other film that he was in other than Colors when he was Rocket. Rocket.
I mean, that's
he was. Listen, man. Every time you see a survey of like gangster actors, they always got Doughboy in there.
Doughboy.
O-Dog.
Ice-T.
O-Dog. And a couple other guys, and Nino Brown from New Jack City. And listen, man, no disrespect to none of them. You never see Rocket on there.
I'm just going to bring up a picture of Rocket right now.
You know Rocket, don't you, D? Rocket, man. The Crips, the leader of the Crips, the real Crips. Rocket, there he is, right there.
Gotta love that.
Right there. That's Rocket right
Rocket.
there.
Okay, we'll put him up on screen when we edit this. Okay, cool.
That was it. I was not expecting Don Cheadle. Right. That's a good one.
I'm gonna put you on the spot now. Oh, you were expecting Don Cheadle, huh?
Rocket. I like Rocket.
All right.
That's my top gangster actor.
Real quick, Don Cheadle movies you have to watch. Out of Sight.
Okay.
Fantastic. And of course, Traffic is fantastic. And one more is his show. You got to watch the show he was in called House of Lies. Love it.
Okay.
It's good. Okay.
Denzel Washington's my favorite actor, by the way. Go ahead.
There you go. All right. Putting you on the spot.
Oh.
I cut you a $100,000 check right now, or Michigan wins the national championship this year. Which one do you take? $100,000 right now. I write it out. Boom. Ray Asensio, $100,000 right now, or Michigan wins the national championship. What's your choice?
You said $100,000?
$100,000.
Or Michigan wins a national title.
That's it. That's the deal. That's the deal.
I would have to. I know the most popular decision would say take the money. The only reason I would say the money is because I have grandbabies. Okay?
All right.
And I have to look out for their future.
Okay.
I know other people would take that money and go shopping and take vacations and whatever. I'm not like that. I don't really travel a whole lot. I don't go shopping. God damn, man.
See, yeah. So now I'm gonna flip this. You hit me with the Flint Central one. Now I'm gonna be like, oh, so you like money more than Michigan? See how we do this? See how we do this?
Michigan wins a national title in football.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I don't listen. Okay, that was on the spot.
Oh, you
So
hit me on the
let
spot.
me answer it this way. I don't care what anybody says, okay? I know everybody would take the money, and I ain't mad at them for taking the money because some people need the money. I could use the money.
We got him.
I had to take the 100 G's.
Okay. All right. There you go.
I don't like sounding like everybody else. I don't like being
but you had a
politically
legit-
correct.
you had a legit
I don't like
reason.
being politically correct, but
All right.
I have a life to live, and $100,000, $100,000.
You had a legit reason to respect the grandkids' answer.
And plus,
Okay.
being a business owner, I mean, I could use that money.
There you go.
So
There you go. Okay.
now, if you were to ask me, like, Michigan win a national title tomorrow, or sacrifice your best friend to like a throat slashing, I'm choosing Michigan. I swear to God, I would. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. All right. I'll give you another one right now. Okay. So, if you had to give up one thing in your life, would it be professional wrestling or boxing?
Oh my God. What the hell, man? Oh my God.
I'm getting you back for that central question.
All right,
man.
all right,
You put
all
me
right.
on blast, man.
Boxing has got to go. I say goodbye to boxing.
Okay. Professional wrestling.
And the
or
only
boxing?
reason I'm going to tell you what I'm basing it on. Because we live in a time now where when you have two guys that are in their prime, 28 years old, he's 27-0. That guy is 21-0. They're the best fighters in the world. They make you wait 15 years before they actually fight. And I ain't down with that program. Okay, Marvin Hagler said, oh, you think you could beat me? We could do it in 2 months from now.
Let's go.
Sugar Ray Leonard did that. Mike Tyson did that. Riddick Bowe did that. Holyfield did that. Muhammad Ali did that. Back in the early 1900s, Jack Dempsey did that.
Yeah.
You think you're better than me, Gene Tunney? Well, we'll fight at Soldier Field in 1927. You know
Let's
what I'm
go.
saying? In front of 100,000 people.
Let's go.
But it ain't like that no more.
No.
Like today, Triple G and Canelo are fighting for the third time. Canelo's probably like 40 by now, and I know Triple G is Canelo is like 35. Why is their third fight so late in their careers, man? It's wrestling for me. It's professional wrestling.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. What you got for me?
Okay, where is see? Have you ever had a near-death experience?
Well, I've been in a couple car accidents. Probably.
Well, that's no laughing matter. I
No.
don't mean to let that.
No, I haven't been like. No, I've been in some bad car accidents, but they were never near death. I mean, there's ones I probably could have died in, but I didn't because the cars kept me safe. You know what I mean? So, no, I would say no to that. I've been in some 2 crazy crashes, but I think I would say no to that. To
Okay.
me, it didn't feel like I was dying and come back or anything like that. Nothing like that. Okay.
Okay, I've had 2.
Okay.
One was pretty recent, 2 months ago. One was 2 months ago. The other one was, I think, in 94 or 95. I was with my brother-in-law, Mike Rose, and he had heat with somebody. We went to go solve the issue. He had 3 guys with him. They were in a car. They revved up their engine, and they drove at us, trying to run us over. I ran that way. Thank God Mike ran that way. Nobody was hit. Had we gotten hit, I might not be here talking to you.
Yeah.
So that's what I get for sticking my nose in where it didn't belong.
Yeah,
but Mike needed backup, so I was the only one available. I went.
And when you're young and dumb, that's how you solve problems.
2 months ago, I won't get into that whole story. If you ever visit Laredo, Texas, don't mess with the local women there, like I did. Don't do it. Don't do it. Laredo is Mexico.
Yes.
And look, it sounds like I'm being hard on Mexico. I'm not. I love Mexico. My grandfather's from Jalisco, okay? I love Mexico. I love all my Mexican boxers that are from there. I love my Mexican heritage. You know, if it was safer to be down there, I would love to visit Mexico. But that cartel stuff is very real. And it is in Laredo. You don't really know who they are. They are there. Don't mess with the local women there.
All right, that's our PSA for today. Laredo women, off limits.
Off limits.
That's our PSA.
Now I'm a Mexican guy saying that. I might have got away with it, but like if you did that down there, if you were a single man, if Derek went down there, you got a good chance you guys ain't coming home.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. All right, cool. Hit me with another one. Let's do two more. Let's do two more, and then we'll move on.
Okay. Well, I got to figure out a good one here.
Okay. All right. Give me a good one. Oh. Thanks for watching, everybody. By the way, just gonna say that while we're ready to think of another question, because that's kind of awesome.
Okay.
That's all I got.
The Dixie Chicks or Prince?
Oh, yeah, okay. So I got to go with Prince on that. I mean, I like them both. I love them both. In fact, I'm going to see the Chicks later this month. They rescheduled a concert, so I'll be down there to see them on the 28th, by the way. What? But Prince is my guy, man. Prince, you ever went to a Prince show? You will leave exhausted. I'm telling you that right now because you can't stop. You were into the music. You're in. And
so who's better? Who'd you like better?
Prince is better, no doubt, hands down.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I love the Chicks
over your Dixie Chicks.
I love the Chicks. I'm not going to tell you. I love the Chicks. But Prince is that next level. Right? But I do love them both. I love them both.
Okay. I got one more question here.
Okay.
If there was a movie that was made about you, what actor would play you in a movie?
Man, I had this discussion with my friends back in the day, right? And
Chris Farley?
you know that's what they said.
Oh, no, I was joking. Are you serious?
I'm not joking. That's what they all said that, man. They all said that.
No, I was just
That's what all said that. Because I used to be a little more hyper in my old days. And, the fat, funny guy.
You're kidding. No way.
Yeah.
Not you.
The fat, funny guy. So that's what they would all say. If I say anything else, I'm going to get ribbed for 18 months. So I'm just going to have to accept it and go with it. I'd like to say George Clooney, but that ain't real.
Okay.
All right, cool. All right. How about this one? What's the better decade, the 80s or the 90s?
That's not easy to answer.
I know it's not.
Because, like I've always said, sports was better in the 80s, but music was better in the 90s, in my estimation. Yeah. Although I love both. I love sports in both decades. I love music in both decades. Yeah. And I'm all over the place with my music.
Yeah, we both are.
Now, I would have to say it would have to be the 90s for me because I started high school in the 90s. I graduated in the 90s. I got my driver's license in the 90s. I turned 18 and 21 in the 90s. So I would have to choose that over the 80s.
Okay. Last question now. These are all good answers, by the way. This is fun. All right. Do you have a favorite place to go in the city of Flint? Like, where's your favorite place to go? It could be a store, it could be a park, it just could be your mom's house, whatever it might be. I'm just throwing stuff out there. Like, where is your spot in the city where you just feel most at home, and that's your spot?
In Flint.
In Flint, in the city of Flint. Yep.
I have two answers.
Okay.
I have a first, and then I have a runner-up answer. I would have to say, if you're asking me in 2022, my favorite place to go in Flint, I would have to say to sit on your deck at your house.
Oh, man,
that's
really?
my favorite. Yeah,
Sweet.
That's my favorite spot. My second would be the track at Central.
Okay, those are good spots.
Those are my spots.
Yeah, we've been doing some walking up there lately, so we try to get that on. Even run a little high knees out there on the field once in a while.
little high knees.
Little Oath the Hill shout out right there.
Okay, I got one more question.
All right,
This would be an interesting one.
Okay.
Since I'm gonna keep it Flint here.
Yep.
Okay. In your 21 years that you've worked at Davison High School,
Yeah.
was there like a guy or a gal from Flint that worked here with you that maybe used to work here, maybe works here now? Is there any Flint?
Oh yeah, there's a few of them.
A couple of shout outs.
Yeah, Mr. Wilcox up there in he's one of our math teachers, and Miss McAllister. She's one of the art teachers here. She actually graduated from Central. I think they both graduated from Central actually around the same time my sister Hillary did. So those are two I know for sure. I'm sure there's some other ones. that I've talked to a lot of you. I forget a lot of stuff, but I know those two for sure.
That had to have been pretty cool to work with people like that. You know a lot of the same people, done a lot of the same things growing up.
Yeah, and one time it was really cool. I don't know if you guys know they got any kids going to the schools or anything. They have a program called the GenNet program where you teach online, to kids over computers. And when I first started working here in like 2004, I started in 2002, but when I started teaching in 2004. I was teaching GenNet, and I got to teach Flint Central kids. And so I was teaching a group of 5 or 6 Flint Central kids stuff about television, and I even went there and taught from their school, taught from our school, Flint Central, before it closed there. So I thought that was pretty cool. I'm like, hey, man, for a minute, I'm teaching Central kids. What? So that was pretty legit.
All right.
That was kind of cool. Yeah, that's a good question.
All right, good questions, man.
All right, cool, man. That was good. And we can bring this back if we want to do this segment later or whatever. You know what I mean?
Whatever you want to do.
All right, cool. We got other questions to do later. We got all this stuff we can roll with. But all right, now you brought up a topic earlier, and I thought was fantastic. And since we're down with Flintown, right? So we wanted to talk about and this is that old school reminiscent stuff, right? That we want to get into, right? Like just how it was like growing up in a kid in this area. What was what's changed, right? Is that kind of the topic you were talking about? So if you what was it like for us growing up? We're mid-40s now, you know what I mean? And so much has changed when you go to the city of Flint. Just how kids are and how the communities are and how the neighborhoods are, the schools are, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So let's just take it back. Let's take it back to our days and talk about what made it special when we were there.
Okay. First, I'm going to start off with, although Flint is coming back, is making a little comeback. It's back on the rise because we got great people that we know, friends of ours that are trying to make Flint a better place. Guys like Fred Jackson, Mike Fordham, Stacy Winchester, and there's other people too. I can go on and on and on. But like a time like now in Flint, with the crime, with the way that crime is, it's hard to. Like if your kids or your grandbabies, if they're going down the road, or it's like you have to worry about them. When we were growing up in the 80s, in the early to mid 80s, late 80s, a lot of the families in our neighborhoods, they worked for like General Motors and Buick. Everybody knew each other, and all the parents basically like looked out for everybody. You could ride your bike to like McDonald's on Davison Road.
Yeah.
And your parents really wouldn't have to worry about you. I mean, they would have to worry about you getting hit by a car, but that's it. They wouldn't have to worry about you getting robbed or your bike stolen or mugged or all that. Not saying that never happened,
right.
But our growing up, man, we had so many like youth sports programs. You guys had ping pong at Sobeys on Tuesdays. Potter and Sobey, we had open gyms in the wintertime that always kept us occupied. We had midget baseball at Potter School, the Flint Youth Tennis Program. The old people played badminton and volleyball at Potter in summertime. There was always kids playing in the street, riding their bikes. Everything was still open in our neighborhoods back then. Mr. B's was still open. All them, Perry's Drugs and the plaza there. We were talking about B&B Barbershop over there at Mr. B's. RC Sports, which was the greatest sporting goods store in the area. What else did we have? We had Ideal Pharmacy that we used to ride our bikes to collect garbage pail kids or baseball cards. Great American Card Shop. Pizza Hut was still open, where you can go play the sit-down Pac-Man.
Sit-down Pac-Man.
And play the jukebox. What? John's Restaurant.
Yeah.
We had it all. You guys had Grand Video right there in your neighborhood there. You had the little Sunshine Dairy on Averill and Richfield. Everything was open. Roller wheels where, get our skateboards from. Hamity Brothers, when you walked inside, they had the 2 video games right there. You could play video games. Your mom could go grocery shopping. And she didn't have to worry about you getting snatched or taken by some pedophile. You just played Pac-Man and Frogger the whole time. We had the Play Palace. At the Eastland Mall. We had the arcades all day, man. They had
Before Land's Castle.
Before Land's Castle, the Play Palace. Not to be confused with the Cow Palace, by the way. You had the arcade at Value City there, people could go to. What was that place? Auto World. They had a
Penny Whistle Place? Is that what? Or Windmill Place?
Windmill Place. Thank you. Windmill Place.
Go.
That arcade in there. Myers, when we were little kids,
They
had
had
the
arcade there.
arcade in the middle of the
Yep.
of the store
With
there,
that-
where
with that
big
green ass-
frog.
Yeah,
That big green frog was there, man. They had the cartoon booths in there. You watch Woody Woodpecker and Bugs
know it.
Bunny for like 5 minutes. There was so much more to do.
Yeah.
And like I said, everybody knew each other. You know, like guys like us, you know, we were always playing catch with the baseball or playing with the football or playing street hockey, everything. We were always doing something, man. We weren't like doing this the whole time and just laying in our beds and doing nothing. We were very, very active.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, is a big reason why we are the way we are today. Because like getting a podcast show together, just sitting here having fun, talking stories, that's the way we were when we were little kids. We would play sports, have fun, talk stories, shoot the shit afterwards. We're the same people we were 40 years ago.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of kids today that really don't have those great experiences like the way that we do. Now, the technology is better for them, you know, because I know like kids, they like their video game system.
I like
which is
my
good for them.
tablets.
You like your tablets. I like my notepad that I got at Family Dollar.
Yeah.
And just so much more to do. You know, you go to 7-Eleven on Lethan Center Road and get a Slurpee with the baseball coins underneath.
And you know it. Talk to Rick.
Where you put them in here and did this and turned into another player. Now there's a different player.
Yeah.
So much more to do, man. Dawn Donuts on Dexter and Davison Road.
You know it. You know it.
We had it all back then, man. So I think it's unfortunate that kids today that live in our neighborhoods and all that don't really have that kind of freedoms to do all those kinds of things because it's too dangerous.
Yeah.
You know, you have to constantly worry about them and stuff. You know, Derek's a great dad. You know, Derek, you know, he's with his kids all the time. And but I'm sure that like if he sent them, you know, for a couple hours to do their own thing, I know he would worry about them like a normal parent would.
Yeah.
Because we just want to make sure that they're okay.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the difference in terms of what it was like in the 80s as far as now. It's just not as safe.
Yeah, and see, I tend to go at it a little different way. It's so different than what it was back then. Like no joke, it's so different. I tend to think, and I know things are dangerous. But we had some dangers. I think when we were kids too. But I think the main difference. I think is that. It's there's nobody on the streets anymore, and there's no community to have that, right? You know, people are moving around for whatever reason. The kids are in house playing video games on their phones, right? Those kinds of things. And I think that's what makes it different. So I think why it was different, we could just let kids go out there because I think our kids were raised more as a community back then. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so we could trust that if you're out with this kid or that kid, their parents are looking out for you, their parents are looking out for you, you know. And now it's just all kind of shut in and all that. And I get the difference, and the technology is better. I don't necessarily think it's more dangerous out there. I really don't. I think our perception of the danger sometimes is bigger than what the danger really is. And I think times have changed to make us feel like, oh, we have to be inside.
That's true. That's
you
true.
know, and that kind of thing. Because Flint's always been a pretty dangerous place. But yet, you know, we grew up in Flint and we managed to get through okay. You know what I mean? Now all of us had moments. All of us. You don't get through, 40 years of Flint without having moments, right? And we all had moments, and some people have had scarier moments, and some of my relatives have had super scary moments, you know what I mean? Or, dangerous, very dangerous moments. But I just tend to think the danger level is probably still the same. I think the level of community and the level of people in the streets and on the streets living in their community has definitely changed. We're all interior now. We're all interior. It's all, it's all emojis and video chats as opposed to being out on the street talking junk with 20 kids. Hey, we got nothing to do. We got no money. Let's get that wiffle ball game up. Let's take back some bottles and make sure we got a new ball so we can play. You know what I mean? Hit that tennis ball up against the wall. You know what I mean? Oh, let's play some stick. Like somebody's got a football. You know what I mean? Let's play some stick. So I think that's a little different, or a lot different. That's a lot different. But I don't. I know that people are scared. I wish there was the programs. I know there are some good programs out there, but you were right when you talked about the elementary schools, right? We could go into any elementary school after school and it's open.
Yeah.
There's open gyms. Mr. Retman would roll into Sobey and open up on Saturdays for us, right? We could go to Potter and know that, okay, they got open gym over here. You know what I mean? So Williams, wherever it might have been, whatever side of town you were on, I'm sure they had something like that, And but that's just kind of where I'm coming from on it. I see that things have changed, and when I drive down the streets now, there's no kids to look out for. You know, you can drive from one end of a block. I don't care if you're on the north end, the south end, the east side, or the west, right? You can roll down any block, and you don't ever have to stop for kids playing games outside. It just doesn't exist anymore. So that's it. And listen, times change. I get it, but I wish we could recapture some of that, because I think there's a lot of people out there like you and I who are still in this town that remember those days and think, oh man, I think we're missing something special when we're losing that. You know?
Yeah. Now, guys like Fred Jackson, Mike Fordham, Andre Weathers, Stacy Winchester, you know, my sister Angela Asensio, you know, they're doing their part to make Flint a better place, and they have. We've been making good strides. We've been up to Flint High School's football practices, and we've seen the way Dre and Boo, you know, the way they talk to the kids, you know, not about football, just talk about life, period, man. Yeah. And there's still a lot of people like that around.
There's so many.
And I'm very proud of, like, everybody that I just mentioned. And I apologize if there's people I'm leaving out.
Oh, there's a ton of them. I mean, and I wouldn't mind getting some of those people on here. I knew we had to sit down with Dre and Boo and talk about just that, right? They're out there coaching these kids that they could barely get a team together, but they're out there trying to make a difference for these kids. And some of these kids are responding, and that's beautiful, you know. And you know, even my wife Elizabeth, she teaches some after school programs. You know, there's people out there doing it, but not in the numbers that we need. We need not the numbers of people helping. We need the number of people attending. I want 50 people to show up to Dre and Boo's tryouts every day. You know what I mean? Or practices, right? And stay there. That would be awesome, right? Yeah. They're lucky to get 20 to a practice, you know? I'd love to see 45 kids come to the after school nutrition program, you know? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Like we got to get the people back in. And I know there's less people here. I get that. I know the numbers won't be what they were, but we got to get involved and build that in. But God bless those people that are out there doing it. And there's so many. That's gonna be a whole other show, I think. You know, the people who are out there doing it.
Yeah,
love
absolutely.
It. Love it.
Okay, did you want to do that last segment we said we're going to do?
We have to now. All right.
Okay, go ahead and tell us how it's going down.
Okay. Here's what we got going on. All right. So every time we do an episode, we're gonna pick somebody to give a big shout out to. All right. And this is one of Ray's favorite people in the world. I gotta say he's one of mine too. Ray, tell us who we got today.
Okay, he's going to be pleasantly surprised because he has no idea that this is coming up.
I love it.
But today we're going to do our ending segment on Brent Henson today.
Love it.
Who somebody I grew up with, somebody's my age. I know you're close to him too. He thinks the world of you. And I'm just going to talk about him for a minute, and then I'll let you say a few things about Brent. Brent grew up on Bennett Avenue in my neighborhood over there, and he's about 6'3", skinny. He didn't really play a whole lot of sports growing up. That wasn't his forte. Brent was more of, you know, being a straight A student. Never did any drugs. I can't say that he never drank. He doesn't like hang out at bars, but he might have a cocktail here and there. He used to, what was that gig he used to do like 10, 15 years ago, that radio thing in Tennessee?
Yeah, I think
he was a radio personality.
Radio DJ, yeah,
radio
absolutely.
DJ down there in Tennessee.
Yeah.
I used to talk to him on live segments. He had this thing on Facebook where I could chat with him live while he was doing his show. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, incredible.
But, yeah. Brent is probably one of the most honest people you'll ever meet. What you see is what. Don't ask him questions if you don't want an honest answer.
He's going to give it to you.
It's not a malicious answer, but I try to be like him. I don't like to be politically correct. I just answer what's coming from my heart. That's one of the things I learned from Brent. And like to see Brent now, like, you know, he's got that good hair.
Brent with
tall,
the good hair.
He's got
Brent with the good hair.
He's got a nice, well-kept beard. It ain't like one of them swamp hillbilly Texas skeet hog beards. He's got a well-kept beard.
What's a skeet hog?
I don't know.
I love it.
But no, he's, like I said earlier, kind of no nonsense, but not in an assholian way. Yeah. Very serious, very responsible. If I didn't know Brett, if I never met him in my life, met him for the first time today, I would probably be intimidated by him. He's got an intimidating just look about him when you're seeing him for the first time because he's always got that grimace. It's just the way he looks. But he's a man's man. He's He married his college sweetheart, UT Martin. They've been married since, I don't know, 99, 2000, something like that, 98. They have a son, Xavier, who's a cool-ass kid. He's about 14 or 15 years old now. I do have one Little League baseball story. I'm gonna try to make this short and sweet.
It's a Brent story. You can make it long.
Okay, because I've said this before, but sometimes I carry it on too long. I'm gonna try to sum it up real quick here. I played 1 year of Little League baseball when I was younger, because I was a tennis player and a basketball player when I was younger, and a bowler. But anyways, we played 1 year of Little League baseball. We were called the Legal Beagles. We were sponsored by Duncan Beagle, Judge Duncan Beagle.
The judge, yep.
Judge Duncan Beagle. And we were not a good team. At the start of the season and midway through the season, we were not a good baseball team. Whoever was coaching our team, he just never came back. He just said, to hell with these kids. And, we showed up to a game one time. Everybody was there. All the kids were there except our coach. It's like the second game in a row he coached. So we had to play again without a coach. There was a guy in the crowd. His name was Guy Keeley. Guy passed away a couple years ago. God rest him. But he was just happened to be, there. And he kind of looked like Guy Smiley a little bit.
Yep.
And Guy was cool, man. He had that, he kind of had that that Ron Jeremy look, the hair and the mustache. He looked like Ron Jeremy. He drove a red cherry Corvette that was loud and could go real fast. He came to our dugout. We're playing right there at Ed Abraham Field, right there on Starkweather and Whittier.
Oh, yeah.
Right there.
Big blue backstop.
Yeah, it's green now. Yep.
Oh,
but it used to be blue. It used to be blue.
Okay.
Yeah, the Abrahams painted it green.
Okay, cool.
Guy came up to where we were sitting in our dugouts there. He said, hey, where's your coach? And we was like, we don't know. He hasn't been here in a couple weeks. He's like, what? He quit on you? He's like, man, where's the lineup, man? He said, I'll coach you guys today. I'll do a little lineup. We'll do something. Come on. Real nice guy, man. So he coached our team, and then he started holding practices for us, which is what we weren't doing with our other coach and what have you. We just showed up to the games. We had practices twice a week for hour, 45 minutes to an hour. And we played a team that was based from Scott School. They were called the Skyrockets.
Oh, we know the Scott.
The Skyrockets. And we won. We won our first game. We won 3-0. And, man, we were eating pizza and drinking Coke and just having a good old time, man. We ended up, when the playoffs started, because, they had the city championship and all that stuff. Let me see. We were on a little winning streak, kind of. Now, what I'm about to tell you right now, this actually happened. This is going to piss you off a little bit. This actually happened. We won our first 2 playoff games, okay? Listen to this shit. We're kids, okay? We're kids. We're 11, 12-year-old kids playing baseball like kids do and having fun, right? Randy, did you know that a whole bunch of parents from other teams actually had a petition going out trying to get us barred from the league because they couldn't believe how we were losing by 20 and 25 runs every game. Now they're winning all of a sudden. They thought we were cheating somehow.
Well, they thought they'd give the kids steroids?
They were trying to protest us out of the league. Kids.
You got Barry Bonds steroids going on?
Yeah,
What's going on here?
steroids going on, man. Cheating or whatever.
Are you serious?
Yeah. But anyways, we end up losing in the semifinals to might have been RC Sports or FOP. I can't remember. But we lost to somebody in the semifinals.
Dave's painting. No, I'm just throwing a shout out. No, keep going. Sorry, man.
That's
keep
who
going.
you played for. You and Tim Peachy. I remember that team.
keep going. I
think Jeff Bryant played for that team.
Yes, he did.
But anyways, long story short, too late. We lost. I can't remember if we were crying or not. I don't know. But we were kind of down about losing because we were winning a lot of games in a row. We were having fun. We lost. And I'll never forget this. Brent remembers this too. Guy called every individual kid on the phone. I remember what he said to me, man. He said, Raymond, man, he said, listen, man, I want you guys to keep your head up. I couldn't be more proud of you guys. You guys are rock stars, man. He said, I love all you kids, man. You did a great job. He said, this is the best thing I've ever done, ever been a part of. I couldn't be proud of you guys, man. He said, you promised me you're going to keep your head up and everything's going to be okay, man. You guys did awesome. I couldn't be prouder. And that was me and Brent's Little League experience. Me and Brent,
That's awesome.
Brent played on that team too. So
Yeah. You
that
guys-
was our Little League experience together. And Brent remembers that.
That shared time that you guys remember.
Yeah. So Brent, like I said earlier, Brent didn't play, really play any sports growing up. But I would have to say, like in my top 3 favorite memories of any sport that I've ever played, Brent's in one of the
He's in
one of
there.
them. Yeah, he's
All
in
right,
one of
cool.
them. That was a great experience with Brent.
Cool. What I remember for Brent is I was introduced to him through Jason Smith, his cousin, and I didn't know him because he lived in your neighborhood, which is real close to where I grew up, down the road. And I didn't know him very much until we met him, through Jason, and he started hanging out with us. And we called him Burnt all the time. Awesome dude, man. Nice, always fun to talk to. Loved his music. That's probably why he had a big successful career in music. You know what I mean? I know he liked to play a lot. Pedro Orange. He'll ask him about Pedro Orange. Anyways, and that's how I remember. I just remember being the nicest dude. Like, there's people in your life that you just like, that guy's awesome. You know what I mean? And he'll always be awesome. You knew that from the first moment you met him. You're just like, this dude's killer. You know what I mean? Like, it was just like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we did play some baseball together, played on the River Bottom team, stuff like that.
I remember that team.
Yeah, I just wanted to, and he's just a good dude, man. And I'm glad you chose him because he's straight Flintown. Even though he lives down in Tennessee now, he brought that with him. He's got that with him, and that's a good guy to send a shout out to. Good work, Brent.
Did you know Botsy Oates burned his garage down?
I think you told me that story once.
Did you guys have the talent show at Sobe?
No, I don't think we had a talent show.
Okay, at Potter we had a talent show. Did they have talent? Hey, did they have a talent show when you were there?
Yes.
Okay, talent show was just basically like, just kids performing songs and just that's it. We did like Run DMC or the Fat Boy, just stuff like that. Well, Phil and Brent were doing "I Lost on Jeopardy" by not Weird Al Yankovic, whoever sang the original song.
Yeah. I lost on Jeopardy.
Yeah,
I
that
lost
song.
on Jeopardy, baby. Like that.
They were rehearsing that song, and they were bouncing around from each other's houses. And this particular time, it was time to do it at Brent's house. And they were in the garage. I don't know how this fire started. Phil burnt the garage down. And I wasn't there. I didn't see it, but it certainly doesn't surprise me. And I'm certainly it doesn't surprise Derek either that Phil would
I hope he didn't.
accidentally
I hope he
burn
didn't do
somebody's
it.
garage
Come
down.
on. I don't think he did it on purpose. He didn't do it on purpose.
I hope not.
Hey, we were too little, man. He didn't do that on purpose.
Phil was very accident prone, but he was so accident prone, you start to wonder if they're really accidents.
Well, kids experiment. He probably was like, what? Hey, what does this do? Hey, oh shoot, there goes the garage.
Phil's the kind of guy like if you
Morning lighter.
Phil's the kind of guy like if you're playing around with him, you guys just wrestling around doing WWF moves. Phil was like always strong enough to like pick people way up.
Oh yeah.
But Phil would drop you on your head and act like that was an accident. He didn't mean to do it. Phil was that guy.
Oh man.
So I never trusted Phil with my body when we were like wrestling or doing anything dangerous like that.
You shouldn't be trusting anyone with your body.
Well, I know, but
Oh, actually, you can. Just saying.
okay,
okay,
I don't
that's
know I don't know where you're going with that. That's
I don't
awful
know. I don't know where I'm going with that
suggestive.
either. We're just gonna stop right there. All right, cool. Hey, we got one more thing to do. Ryan, this is your cue here. We got one more thing to do before we leave. Oh yeah, it's coming. It's coming. And if you didn't know, this Wednesday was Big Ray's 45th, and we celebrated his birthday a little bit that day. But today we got a little something extra special coming up, and I think you guys gotta get a check of this in just a second here.
You're in on this?
But while we're here, we want to thank everybody for watching. And we hope you support the show. We're going to come up with some more episodes. If you have ideas for episodes, you can leave those in the comments too. But here we go, man. Ray, we wanted to get you your own birthday cake, man. There it is right there. I don't know if you can see that, but Ray loves unicorns and the color pink, so we went all out on that. Okay, he really doesn't, but we got it anyways. And the lady at VG's hooked us up. So there you go, man. Happy birthday, brother. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Thank you, Randy. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Mr. Nation. over there.
Yeah. D-Sweet Nation in the house. Ryan, thanks for being behind the scenes, being our boys, man. We'll see you guys later.
job, Randy.
Good job. Boom.
That's so funny, dude. I meant halfway through the show, I was like,